Alright, boys. We did it. We shredded for 1 trillion. Look at this clip here. And boom. Multiple trillions here. So first hit we do is 1 trillion. And there's another hit for 1.2 and another hit for 1.3 trillion damage. Hey everybody, it's Rob here. As you may have seen by the intro, we finally did it. We actually hit the 1 trillion damage barrier. And we were able to do this with a shred druid. Like Barb definitely can't do it. You can only like reach like 100 billion on Barb. But here guys, you've seen the intro was 1 billion and we actually 1 trillion and we actually improved this now to be 3 trillion here, as you can see in this clip. Obviously this right now is on a testing dummy. You're basically going in and we're using overpower plus crit plus the double dip mechanic of shred here to hit for like a multiple trillion damage. Which gets pretty insane. Like you basically take that poison and then you get the blurred beast and you deal all the poison damage again. I have like server clips here, I'm also going to link those in the description. So it mainly revolves around this item here, blurred beast. Many of you may know it's creating a double dip where when you poison the enemy, just like normal, and then you take that poison and shred, it's going to create this this green line that you see here, like that hits every monster basically, and that's the blurred beast proc. And this takes all your damage multipliers. So let's say very simple here, you have your Fist of Fate, for example. It takes this times 3 multiplier, and then it applies it again to the blurred beast. So you're getting a squared multiplier on everything, and this produces these insane numbers basically that you have seen here. I have a couple more clips here. So there's like a 2.7 trillion shred here. It's always the same principle, like you poison them a couple times with your creeper or with your Andariels, and then you shred them, and you can see here like insane amount of damage, 2 trillion, 2.7, 1.7, and I think this is my highest. Cannot see it like 100% well, but I basically go in and you see here this is a 3.1 trillion damage hit. You can see right next to the target it's getting hit for 2.5 trillion, and this is a 3 trillion 147 billion 560 million 541,440 damage, and this is like another 2.5 trillion damage, and it's just like one shred blurred beast procs it. Crazy. I got this idea by watching this clip here of my 25 clear, and I'm working on a build that can one-shot the Seekers like completely in a tier 25 Abba 12 years. So you can see here in this clip how fast already with like the normal pretty like tanky setup I can kill those Seekers. And you know, the enemies can't do damage to me when they're dead. So this is like the hardest tier in the game, tier 25 boss kill. We almost beat them in 10 seconds. And there's also a crazy double dip on the lethal shrine that we had here. Like this is the hardest tier, hardest boss fight in the game, and we basically started by getting this lethal shrine here, and that is also double dipping with the shred multipliers. So you get the crit benefits twice, and also it makes your Stormclaw aspect a crit again. So you can see here how crazy. And if you can get this right, like dash between the targets, like shred between the targets, you can see here the crazy damage that this does. Like instantly melting the Seekers on the hardest content. And again, a hit like this here, like for 3 trillion, is gonna one-shot any boss in the game, like multiple times over. Those Seekers, they don't even have 1 trillion HP, right? But again, there is a lot of RNG involved, and you will see this in the build here, because we're in the game here, and we are rocking, first of all, Andariels. Andariels basically applies poison whenever we lucky hit. And I have the full planner here, and I'm also going to link in the description. Now this is a very theoretical build. Right now I'm just testing on a dummy that can't hit back. Obviously, like when the enemies hit back, it's going to be very dangerous with this, because it's very squishy setup. But we'll see if we can just one-shot the boss. You know, smart man once said, a great defense is a big offense. You just one-shot the enemies and then they can't one-shot you. So yeah, we are applying basically poison here with Andariels, and you can do this on these Seekers here somewhat, on these train dummies here somewhat as well, you can see you can make very small dashes between them. And you can see the poison always applies, and the Andariel's triggers, like all the time basically, triggers this poison. And we get like crazy damage numbers. And basically you want to stack a lot of lucky hit. I don't really have perfect ones, I have only like 22% right now. You can stack a lot more lucky hit. I also should use my potion here, this one. We're using the Gillen's Brew. This one creates more lucky hits, so we have 25%. And then we can just like dash between. And this is also like in a situation where you want to have the Bloodseekers in pretty much. Like you want to be very close to them, but still like dash and hit both of them ideally all the time. Like this, you can kind of see the numbers pop up here. And then you also want to be casting Poison Creeper a lot. Mad Wolf, usually you play like a defensive chest here, Vigorous. There's also a possibility to play the Exploiter. I only have it on Amulet right now. This one can be snapshotted as well for 1.6 multiplier. That can get pretty insane. The Ravens are right here are for crit chance, yes. We're going to go over the skills in a bit. But yeah, here in this scenario I can use Mad Wolf just for a bit extra damage. And again, this damage also double dips. And also the movement speed will help a lot. Then we have Fist of Fate. This is like the crazy RNG. But it can give you up to 9x the damage. But it can also sometimes like make very weak hits if you get a bad roll. Because it's going to roll twice. It's going to roll once on all your poison. And then it's going to roll again on the Blurred Beast, double dipping as well. Then we have the Talbot's Will. This one also is 1.4 multiplier, and then this one is double dipping, so it's 1.4 times 1.4. It's giving you double damage. So you just want to evade once, and then you have it for 2.5 plus 4 seconds, 6.5 seconds. And then we have the Flicker Step. This one reduces cooldown from our Petrify. It's just another multiplier. In the runs themselves, you probably want to drop one of the rings and get Inexorable Will, but we'll see. I mean, on the boss we might not need it. If the boss is just one shot, we don't need to pull the boss because there's no reason for it. They just die instantly. So I'm going to try some of these setups here in the runs as well. And the idea was just to switch to Fist of Fate whenever you have the Seekers already spawned. But yeah, Flicker Step is good. Then we have Blurred Beast. I'm using this in a maze here right now just for more overpower with my Banished Lords. That's going to give me the guaranteed whenever I spend certain amount of resources. And you can just hit the air, kind of, you know, when the Seekers are spawning, this idea right now. You can just kind of hit the air, you know, and get stacks like that. And then you just like, boom, one-shot them with guaranteed overpower. But yeah, it sounds easy in theory, but it's going to be very hard in practice. So yeah, we have Banished Lords. And we're playing the Element Snapshot here. Equip a big one and then get the Element Snapshot. And then right now here I have the Fortify. This one can be dropped if you want to put the ring in. The Inexorable Will. So you can still play Pull. Just don't play this one then, it's fine. And you need the Element on the ring because you have the Fist of Fate now. So I'm just going to switch this around a bit. My stats right now look like this. So we have Auras. You have a lot of overpower damage, which is also double dipping. All damage, again, this is also double dipping. Just like a bunch of multipliers, basically. Spirit Boons, we're rocking... well, this is Elite Damage Reduction. We're rocking Crit Chance. Pack Leader to reset our Poison Creeper. It's also a lot of RNG, like the more Poison Creepers you get, obviously the more poison the target has. And you really want to be resetting these, but it's just not easy to reset them. See, it like takes some time. See, there we got another reset. So it's just a bit RNG, like whenever you get these resets on those creepers. See, like here, I was like kind of lucky, I feel. But it's just like always a lot of RNG how many resets you get from this, but it's very good. Energize here gives you Spirit. And again, like here, lucky hit, Dariel's lucky hit. Like lucky hit is what you want to stack. I don't have the ideal rings. I have one lucky hit ring, and again, the brew for more lucky hits. But you can even have up to like 30% lucky hit, which is pretty insane. And then on the last one here, we have some extra healing. So let's actually go over Vampiric Powers. So we're rocking full DPS, Feed the Coven, Metamorphosis. Again, this one is also double dipping. Metamorphosis, Ravenous for attack speed, Flowing Veins, and Prey of the Weak, just to make everything vulnerable. And then we just dash through and they're vulnerable, and then we can just blast. Very, very comfortable. And then we have our skill tree. Again, the planner is in the description. It's going to be a bit different now. Changed a couple things. All just 2 points to unlock. And then right now I have max shred. You probably don't need this in the run itself, but You can put these points in defense or in movement speed here, whatever you prefer. For now I have them here in Shred. Blood Hole, Debilitating Raw, and then full DPS here on the Poison Creeper with Core of the Wild. I like to play the Ravens for now. I mean, I might change to a full pet build at some point, but right now it's just very cool to get extra crit chance on the bosses here. Then we have full points in Toxic Claws for more base damage. We have Envenom, we have all the Shapeshift stuff, we have Easy Fortify, and Youth and Strength. And then Paragon, yeah, we also went full DPS. I think this is probably all not survivable, so this is a very high theoretical build. We have Tracker, TOB, Companion, Keeper here for Companion. This one is actually triple dipping. It's increasing your poison, it's increasing your Blurred Beast, and it's increasing your Companion. So it's double dipping on your poison and then dipping a third time on your Blurred Beast. Completely crazy. So you always want to have this glyph. It's basically giving you 33% damage multiplicatively. Heightened Malice for the poison multiplier. This one is also giving you double damage. Fang and Claw. This one is also giving you 25% multiplicative. And then we have Dominate. This one is also giving you more damage. And we have the Ancestral Guidance. This one is also giving you 66% more damage. And finally here we have the Bane. And this is another, you know, layer of RNG that we get here. It gets even crazier. Like, you never know what number you're going to hit, because this one has a 10% chance to double your poison over the duration. And then together with Fist of Fate, there's even more chances to get a good or a bad hit. And then together with Pack Leader and your resets of various skills, there's even more of a chance to, you know, get like very variable hits in the end. So here, like now we got like another proc. We gotta like stack up these procs and stack up these poisons. You see now I got like 2 procs in a row. So it really depends on which and how many procs you're getting to see the final damage. If you get a lot, you get some big damage, and if you don't get a lot, then you don't have so much damage. So yeah, lots of RNG in this build. But yeah, there's... But you can even see like the base poison is already ticking for like 5 million or something. So if you're taking the 5 million base poison or something, just to show you how crazy the math works. Let's say it's 5 million, we're just calculating in millions. And then this is multiplied by your TOB times 10. It's multiplied by your Talbot's Will. It's multiplied by your Heightened Malice, it's multiplied by your Ancestral Guidance, it's multiplied again by your Keeper, it's multiplied by your Petrify, and you know, like, it just keeps going like this. Like it's multiplied by your Amulet, times 2.2, it's multiplied by another crit. It's multiplied by Blurred Beast, which is times 3. So you can already like kind of see how out of 5 million we're actually getting like billions and then eventually trillions if you like keep like, you know, stacking up all the, or Fist of Fate, another times 3. Just keep stacking up like all the multipliers. And then it's like another 1.6. And this is just how it ramps up. So we have another 1.3, we have another 1.6 from elements, and it just keeps going like this until eventually the number becomes crazy because they're all separate multipliers to each other. So this is just a very theoretical build. It can probably the highest damage number that I've seen. The one that I produced here. I can probably go higher, but this is the highest damage number I've seen in quite a while. Obviously TOB is a massive power creep, right? Like these 3.1 trillion, 2.5 trillions, they are quite out of control. Obviously this is going to get nerfed a lot whenever the TOB is gone. You can basically take 2 zeros off of this number, but it's still going to be a pretty high number, as you guys remember. So we'll see what's going to happen with all of this for Season 3. This is just a very theoretical build, and maybe I'll get to once for some Seekers on 25. I'll try a bit, but it might also get too fishy, and there is a lot of new info coming that I will also be covering here on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this overview. Take care, my friends. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.